Hey guys, so today I'll be showing you a brand new Fortnite creative map called Dumb Ways to Die in Fortnite. So this will be both a walkthrough and an explanation of all the levels, so if you're stuck. So let's enter this rift and let's go. So when you spawn, you'll enter this lobby area, and it just contains additional directions as well as my socials. And quick plug, if you want to help support me, please use my code in the item shop. I'm currently drowning in debt. Help me. So the very first level of this map is a generic parkour section. And so you see level 1, and it has 2 jumps. So the first jump you make normally, and then the second jump there's a barrier that prevents you. So you just walk to the side and then jump into the trap. After each time you die, it'll play the jingle, meaning that you've gone to the next level, and then you'll respawn in the next level. The second level has a string of traps, and so if you bait all the traps by walking forward and then turning quickly around, you can make it to the other side where there's a rift that'll say to level 3. When you enter this rift, though, you'll spawn back at the beginning, so instead, you want to walk into the trap, dying and triggering the jingle again. Level 3 of this map is this orange Deathrun style, and at the opposite end of the room, there are 6 traps, and so when you walk up to the traps, though, it will teleport you back a few feet, preventing you from actually completing the level. And so this happens for all of them. And so the key to beating this is to turn around and jump onto the sign and then onto the trap that is above the door. And that'll trigger the next level. So that level is the last of the Deathrun style ones, and then now we move on to the more unique levels. And so this one is very straightforward. You just walk onto the disco mat and dance, and whenever you dance, it'll trigger an explosive. So in this next level, you spawn in a town with a bunch of bacon scattered everywhere, and so as you walk into the bacon, the counter in the top left will tell you how many you picked up, and so your goal is to get to 25. And so the bacon's spread out between restaurants, grocery stores, and different shops. And so what you have to do is keep going around and collecting as many as you can. There's relatively small amount of parkour. And a significant portion of the bacon can be accessed by jumping up on top of the food trucks. If you don't miss the jump. And so as you collect your 10th piece of bacon, a message will pop up. And so that's indicating that you start walking slower. So as you keep picking up bacon, your character keeps getting fatter and fatter. And so on 10 pieces of bacon you get slow, and then on 15 you get even slower. So here's when it starts getting kind of obnoxious, because you have to haul yourself over. So most of these are fairly easy to get. They're mostly on ground level, and it just takes time to go and pick them up. And so on 20 pieces, you get ridiculously slow. And it's easiest if you leave the ones that have to do with jumping when you don't have a lot of pieces of bacon, just because it's so much more annoying to jump. And so I only have 2 more pieces of bacon left, thank God. And so 1 more, and then right when you pick up number 25, you die from a bacon overdose, and then you hear the jingle. This next level is a little bit easier, and so you spawn in this valley. And so you get on the drift board and you want to go through as quickly as you can. And so this is timed. If you do not go fast enough, you will have to do another lap. This section is really easy to lose time on. I find it's easier to jump first, then boost. rather than boosting off the jump itself. If you lose too much momentum, you can always try again. And so weaving in and out of these rocks and around the corner. Here's also a section you can lose time. It's just a quick left turn. And so reaching the end, you want to go straight if the barrier isn't up. But if you did not make the time, a barrier will appear right behind you. And then you can just do another lap until you reach the time. So jumping off of this. So this next level is a metal tower that you have to climb. And so there's some parkour on this that may be difficult, but there are plenty of checkpoints so that if you fall, you can go back to where you were. So this first section is relatively easy. And then you walk up the stairs and out and just keep jumping. So there's a little shortcut on this section. You can turn around and jump up behind you and up, and that'll save you like 10 or 15 jumps. And then you run off this and jump right there. A little rift will spawn behind you, but that's just indicating that you have the checkpoint. And so once you get to the top, you have to jump around this side and then up to the very top of it. And so these jumps can get kind of tricky. The best it is to do is look at your feet and then jump off to the side and walk forward. Once you reach the top, in a few seconds you'll be struck by lightning, and then that completes this level. Next you spawn near a pool and a bunch of cake. You'll see you only have 1 health, and so as you eat the cake you gain 4 health. 5 health, 5 math. And so the exact number of pieces of cake you eat isn't necessarily matter. Just make sure you walk around. So after eating some of the cake, what you want to do is go into the pool and start swimming, and it'll trigger this event. Next you'll spawn in this graveyard area, which a bunch of coffins and tombstones lying around. So when you walk up, you can smack it, and then a coin will spawn, and you just have to interact with the coin to pick it up. And so what you want to do is walk around and hit all the tombstones. And pretend not to get so excited about grave robbery. Make sure to go into all the mausoleums, because there's coffins in them. And inside the main church area. You don't actually have to collect all of them in order to trigger this event, you just have to collect most of them. And I might be approaching the last one, yep, and then it triggers that. And so I'm going to get the last coin. And get whacked. Now here's what I'll call more of the free levels. Not that challenging. It's just a bank, and when you walk into the vault, it'll trigger the bomb. And so you can walk around, and it'll have a wire you can interact with. You just got to choose which one you want to cut. And so I choose the red one. And that explodes, killing me. Now I'm on top of a mountain, and so I'm going to try climbing it. And so you can kind of predict where this one's going. I'm probably not going to make it to the top. Spoiler alert. And so once I get close to the top, a landmine explodes and kills me. Which is personally the way I want to go out. This next level features like a little temple area, and so when you walk up and interact with a llama, you'll fall down and die. This next level you spawn on a street, and so there'll be a bunch of buildings around, and then there's these rings on the ground which are a target, and Jonesy says you want to glide down and score 90 points to win. So 5 points for the center, and you're going to take the elevator up, and there'll be gliders. And so when you glide down, it'll give you 5 points. Except not really, because this map isn't called score glider points. It's called dumb ways to die. So if you jump off, though, it also doesn't kill you. So you take the elevator back up. So the key is to completely ignore the gliders at the top of the elevator. Walk to the side and then jump down. Jonesy was lying to you. Just don't listen to him. So here's probably my favorite level of the entire map. And so you spawn in this very nice museum. But when you walk up to the art, a little sign will pop up that says, please do not touch the art. And so what you're going to do is completely ignore that and go touch all of the art. Make sure you walk up to all of them and basically jump into them. The statues / sculptures can get kind of weird. Just jump on top of them. And so as the messages pop up, that'll hint that you're getting closer and closer. Do I need to call security? It will tell you that you have 3 left. And then a sentry will spawn and hopefully shoot you. Or not. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, there it goes. I knew I always hated art. So this is the final level. You'll spawn on this sort of moon space theme, and you'll get a bunch of impulses, and so if you impulse out of it, you'll notice that there are barriers all around, and you still can't leave. And so, hopping around, you'll eventually realize that the barrier above that's the sky is going to disappear, revealing a rocket. And so, whenever that happens, you want to impulse into the rocket. So I'm just going to jump around until it spawns. And so there's the rocket, and what you want to do is just line yourself up, impulse, jump, and then go straight into the fire. And that is the last level. Firstly, I want to say thank you so much for playing and watching this video. Quick shout out to all my playtesters who helped me perfect this map. And so if you want to support me in making more maps, continue to play them, like this video. Here are all my socials if you want to keep up with what I'm doing. And then I want to say special thanks to Dumb Blonde for really helping with this map. The mountain was her idea. And then also to Courage, who's really helped me out and start my Fortnite career, basically. And so here's the original jingle. And last plug, please consider using my code in the item shop. It helps out a ton. And it'll help me bring way more maps in the future. Alright, peace.